Hey everyone, Coping Skills here, back with another reaction. But we had 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all the support. It means a lot to me. It's really a great benchmark for the channel. I want to continue to grow, but um, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all the support that you've given me. Um, can't say thank you enough. But to celebrate, we're going to do a little Crucify Your Culture with Ren. So it's going to be fun. This one's been suggested a whole bunch of times. I'm not sure exactly what it's about, but it's our boy Ren, so I'm sure it's going to be great. But yeah, without further ado, um, let's get into, well, maybe one further ado. Um, I was thinking maybe to celebrate 1,000 subscribers, possibly doing a live stream. So if any of you guys have an idea, suggestion on what to do the live stream with, the last one I did was a lot of fun. This one, I will do it at a time that is conducive to um, all the beautiful Europeans out there. But yeah, I thought that would be fun. But just kind of wanted to open it up for ideas, what to do. So, without any further ado, let's get into the reaction.
A murderer's mind, born into a murderous time, where right or wrong is a blurred line, hard to define. For greed is poison the well, we all drink from the chalice. It's a long way down into the rabbit hole, Alice. Now I crucify your culture, burn down the altar.
So before we get into that, just kind of wanted to comment on the animation style. It's pretty cool, like a little paper. Um, I forget what it's called, but uh, yeah, pretty cool. I really dig the guitar at the beginning. Kind of gets into his a little bit of uh, a flow here in a little bit, but just kind of wanted to comment on the animation style is pretty cool. Ran with this blonde hair vibe going on, and then the guitar sounds just really good. Then Crucify Your Culture talking about greed and uh, that line about it's hard to understand what's right or wrong, and the line is blurred. That's pretty poignant in the current state of affairs in the United States post-election. There's just so much kind of hate going back and forth, both sides, um, and everybody's trying to blur the line of what's right and what's wrong, um, taking hard stances. But a lot of that really breeds hate. I've seen so many different posts about hating people on the other side of the political aisle. Um, that's the opposite of positive change, regardless of who wins the election or who's in office. Um, the most important thing is to learn how to have a discussion without, um, losing your mind. So, yeah, Crucify Your Culture, it's really kind of hearkening to kind of this relevant topic right now. Um, um, in counseling, one of the things that inevitably talk about with any, especially couples, but really everybody, communication skills, right? And building communication skills. And one of the most important things within that realm of communication skills is understanding the really basic point of why we communicate. Why do you open your mouth? Why do you utter words? Why do you speak to another person? And it's really for one main reason. You want to make a point. You want to say something, and you want them to understand it. You want to transfer information from one person to another. Now, if the other person doesn't allow you to finish your point or to talk, then you're just talking to nobody. There's no reason to talk if there's no listener, and vice versa. So, in order to have a conversation, both parties need to do two things. You need to speak and make a point, and then you need to listen to the other person's point um, fully, right? And not be argumentative. And the most important part of both of those things is if the listener can validate what the other person's saying, even if you don't agree with them. If you use words of validation, that is going to let them know that you hear them. And then they're not going to need to talk about it. But if you don't validate, then they're not going to feel like you understand and they're going to want to keep saying the same thing over and over and over and over again, right? One of the examples I use in counseling a lot is um, let's say you have like a 4-year-old child, right? And they run up to you or run up to me, Daddy, 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 I want to have ice cream every day for dinner. Now, obviously, as a dad, I'm going to say no. That's ridiculous, right? You're not going to have ice cream every day for dinner. However, what is the kid really trying to say? They're just trying to say they like ice cream. But if I respond to the kid with, no, that's ridiculous. What are you talking? It's going to make them feel defeated, not heard, not understood, and it's going to kind of push them away. And then what they were really trying to communicate gets lost. But if I respond, even though I don't agree with them, and say, oh, I love ice cream too. I wish we could have it for dinner every night. But we can't do that, right? It's not very healthy. They're probably going to say, yeah, I know, and it's going to be a perfectly fine conversation. They're going to feel heard because you looked past the words, you looked past the right or wrong of it, and you just put yourself in their shoes for a moment, validate what they're really trying to say, even if you don't agree with it, and then you can carry on the conversation. It's a simple example, but that's what we strive for. And the lack of understanding, lack of listening, the lack of empathy, the lack of putting yourself in somebody's shoes, lack of validating somebody else's point, let them make their point. Help them make their point. Then you'll get to make yours. That's what's crucifying our culture. Anyway, basic communication skills. All right, let's go back. Man, I'm 1 second in. Well, I guess I listened to a little bit. All right, let's go.
A murderer's mind, born into a murderous time, where right or wrong is a blurred line, hard to define. For greed is poison the well. We all drink from the chalice. It's a long way down into the rabbit hole, Alice. Now I crucify our culture, burn down the altar. Religion of consumerism picks us up like vultures, takes us for punks. They say jump, we jump. It's the same if it's Bush or Obama or Trump. I'm not buying into a 1, 2, 3 party system. I rise against them illusions of choice. Take our voice, or take back your rigged election system. Deficit represent nobody but your money. Funny how you keep them sweet, honey. Shepherds and the sheep, someday they'll find a
Well, I didn't even know what this was about, but I guess what I was saying was pretty apropos uh, to what's going on here. But yeah, his murderous mind here, blurred lines. Talked about that a little bit. Um, Alice down the rabbit hole. It's a long way down. There's a lot to explore here. The religion of consumerism. Definitely talking about greed. That's definitely um, one of Ren's main points of emphasis. Um, and it is critical to discuss and understand because it is kind of at the heart of all capitalist countries. Um, America's no different. One of the most interesting parts about, you know, um, the election race uh, is how much money gets spent on it, where that money is coming from, kind of who's kind of pulling the shots, with all the propaganda really from both sides, or um, that they're trying to blur the lines and try to cause divisiveness and try to push towards, people not listening to each other. Yeah, so um, yeah, let's take a listen from here.
Old top religion of consumerism picks us up like vultures, takes us for punks. They say jump, we jump. It's the same if it's Bush or Obama or Trump. I'm not
That little bit takes us like punks, right? So a lot of it does treat us like we don't know anything, and part of what he's saying is true here is kind of what I was alluding to. You know, changes will happen whoever or which party is in power or in the president's seat. Um, but it's a lot of the same no matter who's there, and there are checks and balances in the country. So um, anyway, I don't want to talk too much about the specifics of politics, but I understand his point here. It doesn't really matter who's in charge. Greed is behind a lot of it.
Bush or Obama or Trump. I'm not buying into a 1, 2, 3 party system. I rise against some illusions of choice. Take our voice or take back your rigged election system. Deficit represent nobody but your money. Funny how you keep them sweet, honey. Shepherds and the sheep, Tommy. Someday they'll find a way to sell my views. Like they sold the concept of freedom to you. They sold the voice of Huxley, of Orwell, Guevara, Dalai Lama. Now they're all just a product to you. And now you care more about your new shoes, the loose screws and minds of politicians that abuse truths to shape you, break you. Consumerism breaks you until your thoughts that end you. They make you wanna hate you, so you keep buying. Corporation buying, defying fraudulent liars and burning empires. Tap into the telephone wires and history's fire.
All right. So yeah, I like the little bit here about consumerism trying to teach you to hate yourself so that you keep on buying products to love yourself. That's pretty poignant and kind of harkens back to Domino's a little bit, just with a little bit different flavor. Yeah, interesting.
Consumerism breaks you until your thoughts that end you. They make you wanna hate you, so you keep buying. Corporation buying, defying fraudulent liars and burning empires. Tap into the telephone wires and history's biased. It glorifies and justifies our evil. It justifies the wars that rain destruction upon people. Every single human born equal. They treat you like an asset, not a human, man. It's see-through. Slavery through debt. You think that mortgage is to help you? Bills stacking high, killing dreams. Money maims you. Lying tames you. The land of the free. Irony. A hierarchy, folks. Education kills the fire in me. Still I stand strong like two towers that were knocked down by greedy men's thirst for power and now greed. Greed plants a seed that will destroy us all if we succumb to greed. Fuck greed.
Yeah, so that's a line in Seven Sins right there. I remember it. That we're knocked down by greed.
Men's thirst for power and
right
now
here.
greed. Greed plants a seed that will destroy us all if we succumb to greed. Fuck greed. Silent I breathe. Burn money. Greed makes us bleed, makes us bleed, makes us bleed. Our political system is a farce. Democracy will not exist till actions speak louder than money. Wealth is a poison, honey. Another money making holiday for the Easter bunny.
Yeah, so definitely his anti-greed message, it rings true. The distribution of wealth in the United States and really the rest of the world is getting worse every year, not getting better. It used to be like an 80-20 type of rule, and now it's scaling. I watched some YouTube video on how it's scaling, and it gets worse and worse the smaller percentage you get up. Like the amount of wealth within the 1%ers. If you look at the top 100 people versus the top 1%, the top 100 has so much more wealth than the top 1%. It's crazy. Anyway, yep, going back.
Not exist till actions speak louder than money. Wealth is a poison, honey. Another money making holiday for the Easter bunny. Adverts suck out your soul. Drink Coca-Cola, lining up the pockets of the fat controller, selling fear to the people. Let it spread like a bowl. A propaganda machine. Remember the dream, it's hopeless. Nikola Tesla. Hey.
Yeah, I use the word propaganda myself, but a lot of it is. You're getting pushed a message to hate the other people on the other side for whatever reason. A lot of it turns into just arguing for no reason. Um, well, not for no reason, but um, like both sides have a something to say, and the argument happens because both sides are unwilling to hear the other person. So many times, watch some sort of clip, and everybody's just cutting everybody off all the time. Like nobody's listening, but they want to be listened to. So, yeah. Anyway.
Coca-Cola lining up the pockets of the fat controller, selling fear to the people, let it spread like a bowl. A propaganda machine, remember the dream, it's hopeless. Nikola Tesla, 1883. The DC current system fought against the AC, but not because the AC system wasn't any better, because people don't like change when money's at the center.
Yeah, so direct current versus alternating current here. They fought against the AC just because change was better, but alternating current's so much safer than direct current. Anyway, interesting.
Move, let me enter from the epicenter. Poison parliamenter, who's the main contender? Oh, it's you, Mr. President. Evident that the counterintelligence is a hell of a prevalent.
Oh, banger after banger after banger. Yeah. Ren's a smart dude. He really is. He really knows how to weave very important and culturally sensitive and uh, critical understanding of what's driving a lot of the negativity, hate, division. Um, most of it boils down to greed. It really does. So, yeah, thanks for staying on this ride with me. If I missed anything, comment below. If you have anything else you want me to react to, I just want to say thanks once again. I super appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Catch you in the next one.